Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Catholic Education Foundation podcast number 56. This podcast will feature Coach Jeff Brohm, the head football coach here at the University of Louisville, along with Catholic Education Foundation President Rich Lecklider. Coach, we're so excited to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir. No problem.
All right, let's get right into it. We know you have limited time, and we're so thankful that you've done this for us. Coach, you've got a very athletic family, right? You guys are called the first football family of Louisville. Your father, Oscar, was a standout quarterback at Flagey High School, where he earned all-state honors and threw for a then record 23 touchdowns, and then goes on to play quarterback at the University of UofL in the late 60s. I got all that correct, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Oh, and now
good start.
He lends his talents to Trinity High School as I know he helps the quarterbacks over there. He's a fixture on the sidelines. And before we get into your story, your older brother, Greg, he attended Trinity High School as well as a wide receiver and at U of L, catching all your passes, or at least trying to. And your sister, Kim, was an outstanding three-sport athlete at Mercy Academy and Spalding University. And then Brian was a star quarterback at Trinity and at U of L. I would say that's an amazing track record.
To say the least.
Rich, obviously, the Brohm family is a staple in this city and very important to what we do here at the foundation.
Yeah, Coach has been a great friend of this foundation for a good while. In fact, he was an honoree at our salute dinner several years ago, and in 2025, he's our keynote speaker. And has just gone out of his way to promote what we do at the foundation here in this town, and so much appreciated by all of us. Thank you.
No problem.
Now, Coach, your playing day started at St. Bernard. Is that correct?
Yes.
So St. Bernard is one of our staple schools, Rich.
Yeah, we're helping today. We're helping almost half the kids at St. Bernard. The school's doing very well. It's got plenty of enrollment, and it's got a lot of vitality, as everybody knows, and great sports programs, obviously. And we're proud to step up for almost half the kids there to make sure that they can attend St. Bernard School.
Fantastic, and a lot of that's with Jeff's help. Now, Jeff, there's an urban legend about how you picked Trinity High School. Can you share that story with us?
Well, I think I can. First off, I think the Catholic Foundation's done a tremendous job. It's been very valuable to me and my family, and it's very important. I think going to a Catholic school was a great experience for all of us, and I'm not talking just about the sports. I think the discipline, the camaraderie, the leadership, the ability to connect with people and to develop a discipline to get things done and to try to achieve success at whatever you're good at. And there's a lot of talented people across the country that do a lot of great things, very talented. And I think those schools help bring out that in people and help promote their strengths. So we're very appreciative of all the Catholic schools and what they do for all these young people. When it comes to picking a high school, you know what? Back in the day, things were a little bit different. Parents had a little bit more of a say.
That's right. That's right.
And they tried to guide people. And even though as young people we had an opinion, in the end it was going to be what was best through our parents. So, my brother's a year older, and when we had to try to pick a high school, it was, hey, my dad said, we're not going to send you to two. You're going to have to pick one, and you're going to go to the same school, which we were fine with. And, at the time, we did the whole circuit and explored all the schools, a lot of great options. And it came down to basically, I think, Greg and his classmates at St. Bernard, most of them are going to Trinity. Mm-hmm. So I think that was probably one of the main reasons he chose Trinity, even though there are a lot of other great reasons too. And at the time, in my grade, the 7th grade, a lot of my buddies were going to St. X.
Right.
So, at the time, okay, I'll just go to St. X. And we chose, and my dad said, look, Greg's older. Yeah. You're going to Trinity. I said, okay, here we go. And you know what? And I'm sure glad I did. I mean, Trinity was great to me. It was a great experience. Had a tremendous time there. And like I said, not only in sports, but in school with our academics, with trying to develop relationships that last a lifetime, and,
sure.
and really those are what mean the most is all the people that you met along the way. And I still have a ton of friends at all the Catholic schools, and it's just a great community. But definitely the decision was made by the whole family,
right.
And we didn't let the kids just choose what they wanted. It was kind of their input was important, but in the end, we chose Trinity.
Yeah, all right, amen.
Awesome.
Well, Coach, you've experienced Louisville's Catholic schools from every vantage point, from academics, athletics, community, faith formation. As a parent, how valuable has that been in your life?
Well, Catholic schools is extremely valuable to me, and I just think that you get in an environment where there's a lot of talented people in all avenues. You put them in a setting where there's structure and there's discipline, and there's great teachers trying to help you, bring out the best in you. And sometimes it comes out easy. Other times you got to work for it. And I think, I've got kids now, and I've experienced that where just, some things just people are better and more natural at, and others you got to help get it out of them. And I think that's what Catholic schools do. They do a good job of each individual getting the most out of them. Sometimes it's an easy, it's kind of like as a coach, it's easy to coach certain guys. Other guys, you kind of have to get a little more input, a little more guidance, and a little more, pull them a little bit in certain directions to help them go the right way and pick them up when things aren't going well.
Right.
But I think that's what Catholic schools do. They get the most out of each individual. There's a lot of people that go on in a lot of different avenues and have success. And I think if you asked them all, they would say it's because of the environment they were in, the setting they had, the great teachers that really spent a lot of time with them, and the great classmates that they had that they built a bond with.
Well said.
Well said. So, all right, Coach, let's get a little bit of your career here. So, obviously, there was a stint at Western, a stint at Florida Atlantic, Illinois, UAB. It took a little while to get you back home, right? So what moved you to finally accept the head coaching job here at your alma mater?
Well, I think everybody has their own journey. Going to high school here in Louisville and being born here and going to college here, I liked the city and loved the people and really didn't want to go anywhere. But as you mature and get into the real world, you kind of have to branch out, and you have to take some paths that you think are best for you, and that in coaching involves moving a little bit. So you really have to do that. I think it's good for people to get away a little bit and grow on their own and develop relationships with brand new people. And that's what the coaching kind of helped me do, was develop relationships across the country and realize how to start from scratch sometimes and how to start from the very beginning. But in the end, you see how good things are other places, but really how good things are here,
sure.
Where you were born and where you're from. And I think that's what I definitely realized, and I'm sure other people have. But this is a great place to live with great people, great community, a lot of tremendous talent across this city in a lot of different avenues. So, getting back to Louisville, I had an opportunity at Purdue after 2 years to come back, and while I probably wanted to, when you go places and you try to build a program and you have a nucleus of people that you're trying to help achieve their goals, it's tough to leave them, in my opinion. So it was very tough and difficult for me to make that decision then to leave a group of people that I had asked to come play for me, and to leave a group of people that were the leadership team above me that gave me an opportunity to coach there. So I thought we had unfinished business and that there was work to be done, and we tried to do that. And I thought we had some success there and went to the Big Ten championship game and won some bowl games. But luckily and fortunately, this opportunity came about again 4 years later, and it was just the right timing. I think I was happy to come back and take on this program, and I've been able to experience a lot. So it wasn't like I just stayed here the whole time. I got to kind of get out a little bit and see some other things and learn and grow and learn from others. But now to come back here and hopefully build a championship program and to try to make it as consistent as we can is important to me. And I think it just means more to you when you have a lot of people watching and counting on you to have success. And that's what really drives me and even my family members just to, hey, there's a lot of people depending on us to get this thing done the right way, and let's work hard to do that.
Well, the success here has been immediate. Now, I'm not going to go down all the accolades, but it's been fantastic what you've been able to achieve here at University of Louisville. And, we're so appreciative of what you've done for not only our favorite football team, but our city. But we know this all takes a village, right? Just like the communities are in our Catholic schools. Tell us a little bit about your roles of your wife, Jennifer, your brothers, Greg and Brian. How have they played a role in this journey of yours?
Well, they've all done been a great component to our success, and Greg's my older brother, and so really we grew up together and got to know each other, and we're alike in a lot of ways, we're different in a lot of ways, but he's extremely intelligent, graduated second in his class,
okay.
120 plus. He definitely wants me to say that, but it is true. I mean, it was interesting. He was a guy that. Gosh, he got such good grades, and I never hardly saw him study. I'm like, how do you know all this stuff?
Right.
And he just kind of was a natural at it. And I was carting home this big book bag of books, studying and trying to get good grades. And while I got good grades, they weren't quite as good as his. So it was more of a challenge for me. So he kind of, he's our chief of staff, director of operations here, and kind of. Really oversees everything and just kind of gives valuable input and gives me honest feedback, whether I like it or not, which is important when you're a head coach. Sometimes you want people that can challenge what you're saying and guide you in the right way. So he's been a great piece. Brian is our offensive coordinator, quarterback coach.
Yep.
He's our younger brother, and to be quite honest with you, we still treat him that way. And,
I was going to ask you that.
But he handles it great. I'll give him credit. He handles it like a champ, so we couldn't ask for somebody who handles it better. And but he does a great job. He's very, very intelligent and loves the game. And then my immediate family, my wife and my son. Brady,
Brady's involved.
My daughter Brooke. Yeah. They're a great component because they love. Football,
right.
and they love the aspect of doing exciting things, but they're very honest as well, and they give me more than honest feedback. Tell me the things I'm screwing up and doing wrong quite a bit, which is good for us all.
Sure.
You need somebody to kind of. I think they exaggerate a little bit, but they tell me all the things I do wrong enough, and
that's what kids are supposed to do.
Yeah, that's good to hear, and so you have that back and forth banter that I think all families do, and you don't always. Agree on everything, but you're able to talk it out. So I just think we got a good nucleus of people that all are willing to give their opinion.
Sure.
And it's good to hear it and listen to it, and then you just go make the right decision. And that's kind of what I'm trained to do in the end. I have to make most of the main decisions, and you take all the input and you do what's best for all.
All right, so you almost went there, but your university president, your athletic director have been very open about today's college landscape, how NIL looks. How's it changed the way you operate the program? Has it changed the way you have to coach?
Well, I wouldn't get to that extreme with it. I think if you ask a lot of coaches, the direction the NIL is going is not the way we like it. I think it's good component to have, but I think there just needs to be a whole lot more guardrails.
It's not sustainable.
Structure.
Sure.
There's definitely better ways to do that. At the same time, in the end, there's still young individuals that need to be developed and need to be guided, and they want to achieve their goals, and that's what we're here to do. So, yes, that's a part of it, but in the end, you got to get down to coaching. You got to get down to doing things the right way. At the same time, you want a team that works in unison, that gets along with each other, that understand that not one person is more important than the other,
right?
And every person is valuable on our team, and it's going to take everybody doing their part to get it done. So we definitely wipe that part out of it, and we worry about football and building the team and doing things the right way with good people and helping all these guys achieve their goals.
Yeah, great answer. For quite some time, you've been regarded as one of the most innovative offensive minds in college football. Tell us how that came about. And do you agree with that? Is that obviously your defenses are pretty darn good too, but I mean, how is the offensive stigma of your coaching? How has that evolved over time?
Well, I was fortunate enough to play quarterback
Sure.
and to play for a lot of great coaches, from Dennis Lampley to Howard Snellenberger to the whole West Coast system of coaches that I've been involved with, and just a lot of great ones. And when you do that, you're exposed to a lot. And I just think being a quarterback, you kind of have to know everything that's going on, everything about the offense to have success. So I just think I have that, and I've been able to learn that. So as a head coach, I still like to call the plays and have a big piece of the offense, and I think it's important that I do the best job to help our team have success and score points and have fun with it. I remember, being a young head coach at Western Kentucky, and I thought we were doing some good things early on, and having some fun with it, because I do think it's important that your players have fun competing and playing football, and that's why we have some creativity in what we do. But I came home one day, and my wife's kind of just sat there like we were talking earlier and said, hey, she asked me, she said, you ever going to run that one play? And, of course, I'd like to elaborate. Sometimes she thinks I can read her mind. I'm like, well,
right.
what play are you talking about? We
got a few of those.
And she goes, that one play where you hand it off and toss it back and throw it up the field. Oh, the flea flicker.
Flea flicker, yeah.
And you know what? At the time, I liked to run a lot of trick plays, but
sure.
we had not run that. I'm thinking, God dang, she kind of does know what she's talking about. I said, okay. So anyway, we put the flea flicker in, and it's about that week, the Saturday game. It's an early second quarter, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call the flea flicker. So we call the flea flicker, and when I call it, we hand the ball off. The running back runs up there, tosses it back to the quarterback. And as this was going on in my head, I can visually remember it. I can see the receiver wide open, and in my head, the quarterback got the ball, and as he's getting ready to throw it, I'm thinking in my head, like, do I really want this ball to be completed? I mean, I know the touchdown's important, but do I really want this ball to be completed? So we throw a wide open touchdown, and of course, the first thing after the game, my wife wants to say, I told you should have ran the flea flicker. And at the time, I'm like, yeah, you were right on that one. So I give her credit. But anyway, I just think it's, to be great on offense, it's important to be creative, to have fun with it, to make your players want to have some involvement in having success and feel a big component of that. So we just try to do the best we can, and I think it's important to always evolve and be creative, and that's just kind of what I like doing. I think now it's important in order to win, the difference in winning and losing is so small that you've got to put in the extra time, and I think that's important for us to always find a way to have an edge.
Coach, so you were the keynote speaker at the Catholic School alumni event. Rich, if you want to speak to that a little bit, that was pretty important to us when Coach was the keynote there. He told a story when he was the keynote speaker that has stuck with me, Coach, and I just wanted to bring that up real quick. You talked about how your family was watching on TV. This is when you were coaching at Western, and how they were calling each other, and it got to I think it got to Greg, and then got to you on the field. That stuck with a lot of people in the room. And again, we were so grateful of you doing that keynote that night. It meant so much to our community. But tell our listeners that maybe weren't in that room that story real quick.
Well, I'll give the brief version. Like I said, we have a big family. My dad is one of 9. My mom is one of 7. My mom's mom is one of 15. So we have cousins and relatives throughout the city that some of them I haven't even met.
Right.
But you run into them, and they say we're related, and we probably are.
Yeah, right.
So there's a lot of people that we just happen to not only know, but even be related to. And so a lot of people feel part of it, which is great. We want our team here to not only just be our team, but anybody in the community wants to be a part of it. So that's important to us. But we have a lot of people watching, and a lot of uncles, aunts, cousins, they give their opinions. And, it just got to be where, my brother Greg tells a story better because he's smarter than me and a good storyteller. But, we were playing somebody, and my uncle was watching it on TV and said, man, that corner needs to be way more inside. I mean, they're going to give a wide open slant. And he called my other uncle, and he called my dad, and my dad called Greg, and they're coming up to me pulling on my sideline, hey, get that corner inside. And I'm thinking, well, okay, all right, hey, scoot inside a little bit. Next thing you know, we stop a slant, knock it down, and, of course, it trickles back. They all want to take credit
That's right.
for any good play we have. Of course, it wasn't coaching. It was all them from their TV or from the seat they were in. But they all definitely love watching and like seeing good games.
All right, Coach, a couple more. Tell us about this upcoming season. Obviously, you guys have loaded up. We've got a great running back room. We've got some exciting quarterbacks coming in. The defense looks great. What can you tell us about this upcoming season?
Well, we're excited. I think, every year you're trying to get to the playoff and have a great year and do great things and build on the team you have. And then the roster's changed, and that's fine. We have some new pieces, but we have some other pieces that are back, and they've done a really good job. And for us, we want to win at the highest level. This year, we dropped an FCS opponent, and we added Ole Miss game 1 in Nashville on Labor Day weekend, Sunday night, 7:30. And they won 13 games last year, went to the semifinals. So we'll see right off the bat what we're made of. But I think that's what players and coaches want to play in. It's definitely what fans want to see.
Oh yeah.
So I think that'll be exciting. It'll be a real test, and that'll be fun. And then of course we have a great conference schedule that will be very competitive, like it always is, and we've got to find ways to win that. Of course, we end at Kentucky, which is a great in-state rival. So I think it's an exciting time, and like I said earlier, the difference in winning and losing is so small. We've got to coach well, we've got to play well, we've got to put this thing together, go attack it, be aggressive, have fun with it.
All right, Coach, last question. What's life like for Coach Brohm when he's not coaching?
Well, things have changed over the years. Now football takes up a lot of time, and it requires a great deal of planning and preparation and practice and all those things. And so that's the priority. And of course, the family's a priority too, but, they know that. And so, when we're not doing football, I think it's important to be around the family and do things that they enjoy doing. My one son's a junior, and he helps out in our recruiting department, does a tremendous job for us. He loves it. My one daughter's a freshman in high school and a really good volleyball player, so we love to go to her games, and she's done a really good job. So I think, being around the family, just doing some fun things. We'll travel some, but probably not as much as my wife likes to, and others.
Sure.
But we just try to have a good time together and experience some new things every now and then, and we don't overcomplicate it.
I love it. Coach, you're a true hometown hero in so many respects, and we can't thank you enough for not only your great works at the University of Louisville, but across our entire community. May God bless the Brohm family abundantly and often and rich, as every Catholic school family in need now knows, at the Catholic Education Foundation.
The answer is yes.
Coach, thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and thank you for all the work you guys do. We appreciate it.
God bless
Absolutely.
you, Coach. Thank you so much.